The Person of Love, taken from Compulsory Dancing by Darfri John, also known as Adidal Samaraj. The entire world, visible and invisible, gross and subtle, is the body of God, and even one's own body inheres in that body. All that we can have in mind inheres in the mind of God, and the very being of God is that in which one's own essential being inheres. No matter what one may do, there is no accumulation of changes in this world that would make a paradise, since the possibilities of suffering and death would always be greater and more powerful than the summary of any moment's tentative pleasure. No matter what one may come to experience and know about the internal and external domains of awareness, there is no possible accumulation of experience or knowledge that could exceed or overwhelm the unanswerable mystery of the fact of existence. No matter how deeply one may enter into the current of one's own inner being, there is no greater bliss or joy than the ecstasy of surrender into the radiant transcendental being or person, wherein the world and the body and all relations and the mind and the inner being are arising. Whatever the world or experience or existence may seem to be, that seeming is merely a state of presumption that is determined and conditioned and limited by the body-mind. However much of many or other or mine or fear or sorrow or doubt or anger or desire or separation of me appears, all of it is nothing more than an apparent condition of the body-mind in itself. But the body-mind is only a convention of experience, a temporary condition in space-time, whereas the body-mind and space-time always inhere in the radiant divine being. Therefore, we must not permit ourselves to be disheartened by the world, or by physical mortality, or by experience, or by knowledge, or by thought, or even by the emptiness of our internal seclusion. The total psychophysical being must remain awake in the feeling remembrance of the eternally present divine being. The emotion of the being is the principle that makes the priesthood of mankind. The radiance of the heart is the means of a great and constant and ultimately perfect sacrifice. The fire of constant remembrance of the living one in whom the world and the body-mind of every being inhere provides the altar of our sacrifice. Surrender the world, the body, all conditions and relations, every experience, all thoughts and every part of the mind, and even the deep seclusion of the inner being, into the radiant universal transcendental divine being, the only existing one. Such remembrance or love sacrifice of the independence of all conditions of the being is free of every trace of dilemma and self-bound strategy. There is no game in God, no awful demand for clever victory in the world or in the inward domain. The eyes may remain open and the body may move about, but it is always a matter of simple, direct, ecstatic love communion with the blissful person of love, who is alive as the world, active as the body, conscious as the mind, and existing as the inner being of every being. Da, da, da.